The training compound on Arconi station buzzed with cadets from 100 different species. Each of them carried their assigned companions, small, harmless pets chosen for comfort and discipline. Some had glitter-feathered birds that chirped polite melodies. Others carried soft-shelled crawlers that purred when stroked. The instructors had repeated the rule every morning: pets must be harmless. When the human cadet walked in, every eye in the hall turned. Her name was. She strode with easy confidence, and trailing beside her were not soft creatures, but for predator cubs. Their fur shimmered like black steel, and their eyes glowed with an unsettling intelligence. Each one patted silently, muscles coiled like springs, fangs gleaming whenever they yawned. A silence fell across the hall. One instructor, a tall Varric with scales like glass, hissed in disapproval. "Duh, human," he snapped. "Those are not pets. They are Death World predators. Cubs, yes, but dangerous." Only smiled, dropping to a crouch. Instantly, the cubs circled her, brushing against her hands, nipping playfully, their tails wagging like overgrown wolves. "They're harmless," she said, her voice calm. "At least to me." The hall erupted in murmurs. Another cadet whispered, "Those things could shred through steel doors." "They shouldn't even exist outside their planet," muttered a Krillin dot. "Why would the human bring those?" The lead instructor marched forward, his authority cracking like a whip. "This violates protocol. Pets must be docile. Their purpose is to build discipline and calm, not to train killers." Lara straightened, her grin widening. "On Earth, we don't raise pets to be ornaments. We raise them to be family. They'll guard me and I'll guard them." "That's harmless enough, isn't it?" The cubs growled softly in unison. Not a threat, but a warning to anyone who dared step closer. Training began, and the differences became clear. Other cadets struggled to keep their gentle pets in line, teaching them tricks for food or shelter. Ara's cubs, however, needed no coaxing. They mirrored her every step, moved when she moved, froze when she froze. Their instincts meshed seamlessly with her commands. During combat drills, the instructors allowed cadets to have their companions nearby purely for morale. But when a malfunctioning drone spun out of control and fired a plasma bolt into the crowd, chaos erupted. The feathered birds scattered, the crawlers shrieked and buried themselves in fear. Alla's cubs moved, like shadows with teeth. They leapt between the drone and the cadets. Their clothes ripped into the machine's casing, sparks flying as metal shrieked. One cub bit clean through its power core, flinging the burning wreck aside. The others formed a protective wall around Ara, their eyes blazing. The room fell silent again, this time in awe. The instructor who had scolded her earlier stood frozen, his voice lost. Finally, he managed. They protected you." "No, they protected all of us." Alla knelt, scratching behind one cub's ears as if nothing extraordinary had happened. "Harmless," she repeated softly, "harmless to those they love." Weeks passed. The cadets began to notice something strange. Where Ara walked, others felt safer. The cubs grew quickly, muscles thickening, their playful nature tempered by an almost military discipline. Yet their loyalty to the human never wavered. Some cadets approached her secretly. "How did you tame them?" Asithan asked, trembling as one cub sniffed her hand. "They're not tamed," Ella replied. "They're trusted. That's the difference." The instructor stopped correcting her after that. The rule, "pets must be harmless," faded into irrelevance, replaced by quiet respect. Even those who had mocked her began to admire the bond between predator and human. By the end of training, the cubs had grown into adolescent beasts, sleek, towering predators whose very presence made seasoned warriors nervous. Yet, when dismissed them with a single hand gesture, they obediently curled up at her feet, purring like oversized cats. Graduation day came. The instructors lined up the cadets, scanning their companions one last time. Soft birds chirped, crawlers hummed, and then came, flanked by her predators, each one standing taller than the cadets they passed. The lead instructor, once so harsh, now simply bowed his head. "Perhaps the humans understand something we do not," he admitted. Only smiled again, scratching the chin of her largest cub. Its jaws could crush bone, but it leaned into her touch like a kitten. And so the lesson spread beyond the training halls. On Earth, harmless did not mean weak. It meant loyal. It meant unbreakable. It meant human.